Synthesis: the construction of complex chemical compounds from simpler ones. You can think of synthesis like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The peanut butter is A and the jelly is B. When you combine both, they create a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. For example, if you put sodium and chlorine together, you'll get sodium chloride. However, for this compound to be stable, we need extra sodium on each side. The law of conservation of mass. The mass of the system must remain constant over time. Here we have the chocolate apple machine. As you can see, the apple is 500 grams and the chocolate is 200 grams. And out comes the chocolate apple with a mass of 700 grams. Your equation's reactants mass must be equal to the mass of your products. However, if the reactants are not equal to the product, then you must apply coefficients. Now we can add an extra sodium on each side. Decomposition: simplifying a single chemical entity into two or more fragments. The way you can think of this is like sorting a pack of red and green Skittles into Group A and Group B. The formula for decomposition is AB equals A plus B. Now let's look at a chemical formula for this. We have hydrochloric acid here, which is made up of hydrogen and chlorine. According to the law of conservation of mass, we must apply a coefficient of 2 to the left side to balance the right side of the equation.
Single displacement. Single displacement is where one element takes the place of the other elements. The formula for this is A plus BC equals AB plus C. However, for B to switch places, it needs to see which element is more attractive by following the activity series list. If A is higher on the list than C, then B will move over. However, if C is more attractive than D, then the formula stays the same and B does not move over. Imagine B is a gold digger and is trying to find the element with the most amount of money. For example, if we have sodium plus water, it equals sodium oxide plus hydrogen. Since sodium has more money and is higher on the list than hydrogen, the oxygen will go to the sodium. And finally, we need to add the coefficients to balance the equation. Double displacement. The cations of two different compounds exchange places, forming two new compounds. The formula is AB plus CD equals AD plus CB. You can think of this like wife swap. Jay-Z is A, Beyonce is B, Ryan Reynolds is C, and Blake Lively is D. Then we swap Beyonce and Blake Lively. For example, if we have barium hydroxide plus sodium sulfate, it equals barium sulfate plus sodium hydroxide, and we swap the hydroxide with the sulfate. Finally, the hydroxide and sodium on both sides are unbalanced, so we add a coefficient of 2 to balance it out. Complete combustion.
You can think of complete combustion like when you go camping, you get your stove out and you get your pot out and put some beans in it. First, you have your hydrocarbon, propane, plus your oxygen in the air, which then produces H2O and CO2.
The formula for complete combustion is fuel, propane in this case, plus oxygen, which then equals water plus carbon dioxide. The fuels are hydrocarbons, such as methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, and octane. Differences between complete and incomplete combustion. The main difference between incomplete and complete combustion is that incomplete combustion has a low amount of oxygen, producing less energy. Incomplete combustion has a high amount of oxygen, producing even more energy. Now, let's go to Californium Station, where we'll take a look at an example of incomplete combustion. When you heat up the hydrocarbon coal with oxygen, it produces carbon, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and water. Be careful, because carbon monoxide is produced, and it is fatal. It'll act like oxygen and take its place in the blood.